On today's episode of the News You Missed, I'm covering a leak that has come out showing hackers being able to modify and hack Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu at their will. This is pretty crazy to see, and you're going to want to know about it if you're really interested in this series. So stay tuned if that sounds great for you. But before we jump into that, would you be so kind as to click that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date with video game news? Now with that said, let's jump right into this video. So I want to begin with the fact that hackers have been able to completely modify and change around things in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. All the way down to character swaps, where, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they're going to be able to do with this. It's quite similar to how we've been able to get very interesting GIFs, or GIFs, whichever way you'd like to pronounce it, of the Sun and Moon characters swapping animations and looking very, very strange. But in this, you're able to just completely swap character palettes, and it seems to be able to be done with every single Pokemon. The example shown was Bill. When you encounter him the first time, he's been changed into a Pokemon, and it's supposed to be a Clefairy, but here it's shown as him being a Nidorino. The other thing that has come out here is that you're able to force encounter Pokemon. Now this has been a mainstay in hacking, modding, even in the Game Shark community, that you just enter in a code, and the next wild Pokemon you'll see is that Pokemon that you have entered. It's pretty simple to do. All you have to do is change an ID, a Force ID, and it seems with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, that is still the same. You can see Dragonites flying around, you can see Mewtwo's, and it's pretty obvious to see that this is like a Force encounter code. Now, some other things that have come out are the music tracks, because, if you have the game and you're hacking the game, you could get access to all of that. Overworld art, some graphics, things like that. All the character models are out there, and it's everything that you would want to see from a data mine, a hack, and a modding community. And the other thing that came out that doesn't have much to do with hacking or modding is just that when you're on overworld forced battles, so for example, the gated Snorlax battle, where you can no longer progress unless you fight the Snorlax, that type of battle is relegated to 5 minutes. So for whatever reason, you have a time limit on that wild Pokemon encounter. I would assume that this would also occur with Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos, as well as Mewtwo, because those are the forced overworld encounter battles that you can find in Kanto, so perhaps you will be limited to 5 minutes on all of those Pokemon as well. And then finally, the gym leaders' character models, along with their badges, have been matched up and shown. There's a lot of other things that I did not want to go into detail in, because this is pretty much spoiler-free what I'm covering here. I'm just explaining how this game is now being hacked, and hacked pretty well. All the credit for this goes over to an individual named Kurt. I'll go ahead and leave his Twitter down in the section below, and you can check into that. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee have already been data mined and hacked to the point where they can change things all over the place. And, yeah, the game's not even out yet. Way to go, Nintendo. Really patching up them leaks, aren't you? Maybe they just didn't care this time, you know what I mean? But, hey, maybe they do, and maybe this will really cause a big problem with them. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave me a big thumbs up. And tell me, are you going to be buying Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee? Is this enough to get you interested in the game? Or do you still think you need to see more footage and play it yourself a little bit before you actually make the commitment to purchase the game itself? So, I'd appreciate if you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with me, as aforementioned. And I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and I'll see you back here in the next video.